Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Discover. If you didn't know, Discover is a podcast and community dedicated to self-growth, self-awareness, and self-improvement. On this podcast, we discuss different topics related to the journey of growing through life and with life. This is a safe space of friendly transparency for young women showing up as their best self. We are here to search, seek, learn, and discover. Hello, everyone. It's been a minute, but we are back with season 2. So I want to know what you guys have been up to during the holidays, fall season, how your winter season is going. So let me know in the comments on our Instagram page, and that is at Discover with an H podcast. So Discover has definitely expanded in the midst of our break. We now have a Facebook page, an actual private community for all of our exclusive girl talk and events. And in addition to that, we have a very special digital vision board party. So you don't have to bring any materials. We're going to do it all on Canva and find pictures, on the internet, on Google, and on Canva. So we'll have it all in one place. And that way, if we want to print it out, set it as our lock screen, just look back at the picture, we can do so because we will be prospering in 2021. So we do have a vision board party coming up, and that will be taking place on January 5th from 5 to 7. So I hope to see you all there. This will be Discover's first event and definitely first virtual event. So I'm super excited to talk with you all live and just, start the year off strong. Start the year off with, socializing with other young women, because I think it's going to be very important coming up. So I really wanted to come and talk to you guys about not being a victim to our environment. And you guys might, be like, oh, what do you mean? Or is that, maybe the right thing to say? And it's not saying to disregard your feelings. It's not saying to disregard how you feel about it or the things that you went through. But I'm saying to you that you went through it. So what are we going to do now? It happened. So what are we going to do now? You felt that way. So are you going to continue to feel that way? And I know, trust me, I know it's not easy to do. I know it's not the easiest thing. And I know it takes continuous effort that you may not have at that moment. But if you don't show up for yourself, who's going to? If you don't change it, who's going to? Just because 2020 had many obstacles, or 2019, or 2018, or 2016, you know what I mean? Just because it had many obstacles does not mean this is what 2021 plus is going to look like. So it's very important for us to realize that we cannot become a victim to our environment. We can become the architect. We can change it. This is not permanent. I seen a quote from the Hood Healer that she tweeted, and she said, observe but don't absorb. I screenshotted this and put this on my Discover page during season 1, and I wanted to touch back on it because it's one of my favorite things to look back on to this day. Because it's like, yes, I heard this. Yes, I seen this. You know what I mean? Yes, all of these things happen, but that does not mean I need to take this in. We see stuff literally all the time on social media. We see stuff all the time that we do not need to take in. We don't need to take in everything. And y'all know we have seen so much stuff in 2020. So in 2021, we're not absorbing. We're not absorbing everything that's not meant for us. If it's negative, we're not absorbing it. You can observe it and be like, note it, and keep it pushing. You know what I mean? And also, with going into this, you have to realize that everything that happens is not personal to you. Everything that happens is really a reflection of other people. Or you're seeing something on social media that may not have anything to do with you, but now you've absorbed that energy. So we have to observe, but don't absorb that into us. And we're doing those type of things when you do absorb certain things throughout the day. At work, work can be dreadful for a lot of people when you're taking in things at work virtual school, whatever the case may be, it's important to release those things. And one of my favorite ways to release things is journaling. Because we think, oh my God, I have so many thoughts. Like, I just have so much going on. My mind is it's just so much going on. I'm stressed. I have anxiety. And then we write down everything we're thinking, and we have a piece of paper or two, and we're looking at them like, this felt like way more than what it really is. Like, I've looked at the paper like, oh wait, so this is it. Like, but you have to release those things. We have to be able to look at them. You have to put them on concrete paper instead of letting them just be thoughts. And I feel like it's clouding your mind. One of my friends mentioned a good idea for New Year's Eve, which is writing down all of our feelings, thoughts, whatever we want to put on the paper and burning it on New Year's Eve. I also seen, I think her name is Drika Gates, do it on Instagram, but writing down those thoughts or whatever you want to write, putting it on a piece of paper and burning the piece of paper. So you see what you once wrote and you see it gone. I think that's going to be super fun to do. May not start off as fun depending on what you're writing down on your paper, but I think it's going to be a good release going into the new year. So if you guys try it, let me know. I'm definitely going to be trying it with her, and we'll see how it goes. But I also wanted to just go back and say that just because, you went through this does not mean this is who you are. Just because you made mistakes does not make you unworthy. Just because you grew up in an environment does not mean you have to stay in it. Just because anything does not mean that's who you are. You have to accept the fact that you are continuously growing. If it's childhood things you did not have control over everything that happened. You have so much of your life to go. You know what I mean? And it's important to realize that there are things bigger. I also seen a quote from Donette Dawn Thomas, and the quote goes, "Don't become a victim of your environment. What you are going through now is not an indicator of where you will end up. It only represents where you started." Whether that be your very initial starting point in a certain situation, business plan, or school, or just something that happens along the way. It's not your starting point. Or it's not where you'll end up. That's not the end. And I think oftentimes we don't realize in hard times that it's not the end. There's more coming up. I'm 21 years old. There's more to life. Okay? This is not the end for us. 2020 is not the end for us. And to be clear, it's okay for you to want bigger than your current state of being. It's okay for me to want bigger than what I currently have. It's okay for me to want bigger than moderate levels of wealth. You know what I mean? Or than typical weight gains or whatever the case may be. It's okay to want more. You are you, Everyone else has their own goals. It's okay to want more. It's okay to dream bigger than anybody else you're around. Those are your dreams. Who's to say you can't do that? And don't feel guilty for doing it. Don't feel guilty for wanting to be better. Don't feel guilty for wanting to let go of toxic family ways, or toxic friends, or toxic relationships. It's your life, and you think about it this way, you're wasting time from getting to where you'll actually be. You're wasting time. You're learning from this situation. But now that you've had this thought, or now that you've realized, okay, this is not for me, let's take the action. I'm here to support you. Let's take the action. Let's move forward. So right now, I want you to say to yourself, my ability to conquer my challenges is limitless. My potential to succeed is infinite. So yes, wherever you're at, in the car, in the shower, in the bed, walking, driving, whatever it is, I want you to say out loud, my ability to conquer my challenges is limitless. my potential to succeed is infinite. So I know that this is a more serious podcast. You know, some of our podcasts are extremely funny, a lot of dialogue and conversation. But of course, I had to come on here alone for episode 1 to talk to you about, basically, let's just get it together before the new year. You know what I mean? Nobody's responsible for our growth and our success but ourselves. Nobody else. And honestly, who would do it better? Like, you're going to care for yourself better than anybody else. You're going to get the work done better than anybody else. Okay? You are powerful. And that's why I say to myself, I am powerful and you are powerful as well. So 2021, we come in and we ready. Okay? So thank you everyone for listening and continuing this ride with Discover. So thank you everyone for listening and continuing this ride with Discover as we grow. There are so many big things coming in 2021. I'm so excited. There's so many big things coming. And that's simply because we said so. We're manifesting it. We're doing the work and we're manifesting it. So because I said there are big things coming in 2021, and because you said they are coming, it's going to come. So until next time, guys, and also the song of the day for this episode will be Ways by Janae Aiko. Be sure to follow all of our social media platforms at Discover Podcast with an H, and make sure you click the link in the bio to join our Discover community. It is private and confidential, and also to be at our visual digital event that we have coming up on January 5th, and that'll be from 5 to 7, so can't wait to see you all.